Bride trafficking is a pressing issue, with over 500 cases documented between India and the UAE from 2012 to 2017. Alarmingly, the average age of these brides is between 16 and 19 years. Zara's family faced severe financial challenges following her father's accident, leading them to consider desperate measures for survival. Ultimately, this pressure compelled Zara to agree to an arranged marriage. Marriage brokers play a crucial role in these transactions, often presenting an illusory picture of success and happiness. They exploit families' vulnerabilities, promising a better life for their daughters in exchange. Zara's tragic death prompted a significant investigation into human trafficking networks operating between India and the UAE. Authorities collaborated, revealing decades of exploitation and abuse. Zara was manipulated by those who promised her a bright future, a stark reminder of how vulnerable individuals can easily fall prey to deception. False promises ensnared her in a dire situation. The arranged marriage process involved elaborate deception, with Zara's age falsified and documents forged to facilitate her marriage. This underlines the systemic issues related to child marriages and exploitation. Zara's family made significant sacrifices for her perceived future, spending their savings on her relocation to Dubai. This emphasizes the desperation faced by families trapped in poverty. Upon her arrival, Zara found herself enveloped in opulence, yet this luxury obscured the harsh control imposed on her. The apparent wealth was coupled with strict rules and constant surveillance. Zara's situation deteriorated, culminating in physical violence that began with her restricted communication with family. This marked the onset of her harsh reality within a gilded cage. Extensive surveillance tactics ensured Zara's existence was filled with fear and paranoia. These measures showcased the extreme lengths her captor would go to maintain control. Maria, a staff member at the palace, extended small acts of kindness to Zara, reflecting the silent complicity of those who witness abuse yet feel powerless to intervene. This dynamic highlights societal issues regarding bystander helplessness. Zara's choice to document her story on a hidden phone marked her desperate attempt to reclaim her voice and unveil the truth of her captivity. This act of resistance exemplified the resilience of those confronting oppression. Facing extreme surveillance and danger, Zara meticulously documented her abuse, cleverly hiding evidence to evade her husband's relentless checks. This highlights her resilience and strategic thinking. Zara and Aisha's communication method illustrated the difficulties victims face in oppressive environments, stressing the significance of discreet support networks in hazardous situations. As her husband's mental state worsened, his erratic behavior created openings for Zara to reveal his abuse. It is ironic how his weaknesses became potential strengths for her. Zara's recordings underscored the importance of documentation in abusive relationships, providing crucial evidence that aided in the pursuit of justice. Her bravery in exposing her suffering is profoundly inspiring. The psychological manipulation by her abuser was stark, indicating how control could escalate to violence. Zara's final plea encapsulated the desperation felt by many in similar predicaments. Following Zara's death, systemic issues of trafficking and abuse came to light, prompting law enforcement to act under public pressure. The case exposed deep-rooted corruption and the necessity for accountability. The community's intense reaction involved protests and women sharing their own harrowing stories of escaping similar fates. This united outcry highlighted the urgency to address bride trafficking. Evidence collected by Maria, including security footage and audio recordings, proved vital in exposing the systematic abuse within the network, bolstering the case against the perpetrators. Investigative efforts unveiled a complicated web of marriage brokers and corrupt officials facilitating the trafficking network. Cooperation between Indian and UAE authorities was essential in dismantling this operation. Witness testimonies were instrumental in revealing Sheikh's crimes, as former associates detailed his deteriorating mental state and obsession with controlling young brides. Their accounts depicted a pattern of escalating violence. The investigation exposed a wider network of corruption involving officials, hotels, and airlines, all complicit in enabling Sheikh's atrocities. This systemic complicity highlighted the pressing need for reforms. Zara's courageous documentation provided pivotal evidence, linking multiple cases and illustrating the systematic nature of Sheikh's operations. Her recordings became crucial in court, countering the defense's claims. The 3-month trial witnessed unprecedented public support for Zara, with activists demanding justice and spotlighting human trafficking issues. This collective effort marked a critical juncture for women's rights. After the verdict, both the UAE and Indian governments enacted stricter regulations against bride trafficking, including mandatory counseling and thorough background checks for prospective grooms. These measures aimed at safeguarding vulnerable women. Zara's mother transformed her sorrow into advocacy, sharing their story to empower other families to reconsider arranged marriages. she spearheaded initiatives supporting girls' education, embodying resilience and hope.